Well, our next panel is very interesting. It's about MCIA's future business models, its entrance into new markets, and the status of the Philippines as a tourism gateway. Please welcome Athanasios Titonis, CEO of Mactan-Cebu International Airport. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me, and really looking forward to this discussion. So first, tell us, because I certainly didn't know until I met you, tell us about your project and what the long-term plans are.
I think I'm well impressed about how many people know Cebu Airport here, right? So we are the gateway of Cebu tourism. And we are a destination airport, which means tourism is our main business, international-wise. But I think there is a huge opportunity right now in Philippines. And if you see our location on the map where we are, you will realize that Cebu is in the center of Philippines. And this is a huge potential for us. Why is that? So we don't want to be only the gateway of tourism in Cebu. We want to develop ourselves to the gateway of tourism in Philippines. So how we are going to do that? It's not rocket science, right? Paul did that in Dubai a long time ago. Changi is doing that. But here's our niche. Our niche is to develop a transfer business. So coming international via Cebu to go to the other destinations in Philippines. And the second big opportunity which we have right now is we have already 30 domestic destinations. So it's pretty easy to develop that in the next years. So that's a momentum which we want to use. Businesses coming back, even Asia Pacific or Cebu didn't recover full. We are around 80–85%. We are going to recover this year, but there's a momentum tourism-wise which we want to use for our airport.
But of course, a lot of opportunity, but there are challenges, especially in the Philippines. How are you tackling basic things like infrastructure? We've all been through Manila Airport. That's our current sort of reputation. That's the reputation that we know. I'm sure you're doing a lot of good work, but how are you tackling those very specific challenges to the Philippines?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Let me start I like what Paul said, we are a hospitality business, not infrastructure. Let me start with that. Why I'm saying that? Because I'm coming from an area in the world which it took me a lot of work to convince people to smile, okay? And I'm working now in an area where people really, they live the customer experience. They are customer experience orientated, they're smiling under pressure, and this is something which we need to capitalize more. So that's a good thing. The challenge is definitely, infrastructure-wise, I'm relaxed because we have the space. We have, I'm very happy to work in a company which is a group. First time in my life, Aboitiz Infra Capital has construction, banking, power. So we can have a lot of synergies here to build things. That's a good thing. The bigger challenge is, which everywhere is the same, it's the government, the government entities. And I'm not saying that they are not willing to work, but you know, when I started working in this area, when I met first time my immigration officer, it's a long time ago, I have to say that, and yeah, he told me very clear, hey, I'm here only to make sure that no one is entering this country which I don't want. That's my job. Yeah? So, and that developed in the last 20 years very well in the right direction. And this is what we are doing right now with the Philippines government, and they're very supportive because there's a huge opportunity for the country to develop this business and tourism business.
And hospitality is one of their strengths, actually, once you dig a little deeper, right?
Yeah.
So who do you want your customers to be?
Everyone.
Give us a profile of your traveler, your ideal traveler.
So our ideal traveler changed the last years. They are younger, yeah, especially from Korea, young people coming to our country, couples. So that's why we need to change as well our marketing approaches. The old style which we worked the last decade has to change. So we are connecting ourselves right now to content creators, yeah, something which I learned the last years, which we need to talk to those people as well to bring our airport on the map. Mainly tourists. I would say tourists is our main business, but I would like to say as well that domestic tourism is for us opportunity as well. We worked very well during COVID as other countries. China is a good example, how they moved tourism in the country. And this is what we did the last years as well, and this is something which we are developing.
Of course, the Philippines has a growing population, a very young population. So can you do it with just domestic tourists, or do you need those international travelers?
No, we need, definitely domestic is a very good base, yeah. But they're untapped markets. We had yesterday the discussion, we heard the Indian carriers telling us, and that's a dream, right? What is happening in India right now, this is a dream for every aviation guy. And this is for us an untapped market. Our main markets are Korea, Japan, China, Singapore as well, Hong Kong, and we want to develop the next year's India. And we are back again to the regulations, because our business depends on regulations. Yeah? So we are working very close with the Filipino government to develop or to ease the visa travel conditions. So, and I'm sure if we did that, India will be one of our future main markets the next years.
I think so too. Are they responsive? Are they easy to deal with? Is
the government or the
Indians? Government? What
the
are
government.
The challenges?
You know, I don't know any government in the world which is not a challenge to deal regarding airport business. It's always the same. And I think if you understand the government thinking and the government, or the end, let me say immigration, customs, all of them, if you understand what they want to achieve and you help them on that way, they will help you as well. And at the end of the day, we're working on some product. I used to say always, why is our business so exciting but challenging in the same way? So our industry is running a business at the airport where several stakeholders working on the same time on one product, which is to bring the passenger from the ground to the air. So, and this is very challenging. So, and I think they're doing good. They're very interested in tourism. Yeah.
So you're expanding at a really interesting time in terms of technology and also sustainability. And in many ways, when you're starting out, it's easier to implement those types of things rather than already having an established outfit and then having to add these processes. So let's take one at a time, technology. What are you doing now to try and make sure that the technology that's available will help you achieve your goals?
Yeah. So technology, let me say, is a huge room for development in our airport. And I discussed it today in the morning. We want to over-jump a phase. Yeah? How to do that? We can follow those things what Changi, Dubai, all the big players in the market did the last years. But we will just only follow them, right? And it will be quite different to achieve their level in the next 10 years. So I think the big opportunity is to find a good partner. And I was listening to the presentation before, to find a good partner to develop together our technologies. I'm not saying we are outsourcing the whole thing. I'm saying we need someone who understands the business, who is technology-run company, and they will help us to go to the next level. And it's not only about customer experience, it's as well about commercial business, yeah? our retail business, and as well our efficiency in our airport. So we're just running a tender. We are starting a tender, and we're having a lot of discussions with several companies how they can take over our technology development and technology transfer and help us.
And we're hearing so much about artificial intelligence. I've talked to people in this industry, and everyone recognizes that it could help, but we're not quite there yet with implementation. Do you see any areas where artificial intelligence could really help you?
That's a very good point. You know, in our industry, we have all the technologies. We have them. They are there. We're missing two things here. One thing is the execution, to execute, to just get them on the ground, to run them. And the second thing which I'm seeing is to have a full integrated system. Yeah? So we are still thinking, you know, what happened the last 10, 15 years, every stakeholder at the airport developed their own technology, the ground handler, whoever, right? And has their own data. But we are still working to have a full integrated system to run the show. Our vision is quite different. I see artificial intelligence as we saw there here. That was a very good example to have the ground handling under control and very transparent. But I still think artificial intelligence will help us a lot to run the operation, to help the people to take the right decision. We did something similar a long time ago, 10 years ago, with a research company in Germany. And they developed for us a system which have, let me say, a forecast for us in operation, which we could see what is going to happen in the next 10 hours. And that is something with artificial intelligence can solve it very simple. Yeah, I see a huge potential.
Do you think the technology and artificial intelligence is being adopted fast enough? Are people taking it seriously enough?
Yes, definitely. Definitely, because it's not only about efficiency, it's about customer experience. And let me say, it becomes cheaper now, right? The implementation is much cheaper than 5 years ago, and we are following a trend. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I want you to stare into your crystal ball now. I know that's difficult.
Yeah.
But 5, 10 years down the line, what do you want to see? What do you want to see for your project? And are there any examples in the world that you've gone through the airport experience and you've said, this is it, they're doing this 100% right?
I think in, let me say 5 years, 10 years after COVID, I think all of us change to go 10 years. 5 years is pretty good time. What we are doing now Aboitiz, the group is participating in tenders in Philippines to have other airports as well. So there might come very soon in 3 months another airport, or a tourism regional airport, and we are going to have another one end of the year. So the plan is to end by, let me say, 5, 6 airports in a couple of years, with Cebu as the main airport and another airport's regionals, creating a platform. And now I'm coming, what might happen then, to have really a smooth travel, right? The passenger can go through the whole process without to have any stop anywhere. So a good example, the competition in Europe, by the way, was not the other airports for us, it was the high-speed trains. Because a high-speed train has always a chance, it's easy traveling. Yeah? So and that's a huge competition. It's not in Philippines, luckily, I'm happy about that. But to have the process like traveling with high-speed trains, simple, easy, that's the target of the future, which I'm seeing. Yeah.
And the Philippines has taken quite strict measures when it comes to sustainability.
Yeah.
It closed Boracay for some time. I think, is it still closed?
No.
It's open again?
No, it's open.
I mean, how are you baking that into your plans as you look to grow and expand?
Look, that's a very good point. What happened there, I was not there, but for sure I know what happened. Is if you let tourism flow in your country without to steer it and without to prepare the proper conditions for that. Yeah. What we are doing in Cebu, we are starting on a low level. Yeah. So, first thing what we are doing, my colleague is here. Risha, she's sitting here. She will implement very soon plastic-free terminal in our commercial. Simple things, first step. Second, what we already did is we have a solar energy, but only by 5-6% consumption. We are going this year to increase it to 10, and the plan is the next 2 years to go to 20. And we are participating in the ACI accreditation on level 1, small level. So as you see, we are starting on a lower level, but I'm very happy that we have the potential to grow and to develop that in the next 10 years. Yeah.
Athanasios Titonis, I'm afraid we have run out of time. CEO of Mactan-Cebu International Airport, many thanks for your...
Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you.
Very best of luck to you.
Thank you.